YouTube. The boy is back. The boy is back, baby. How are you folks doing today? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. The boy's back. The boy's back. Little INFERNOBLE action. That's maybe the best deck of the format. Everyone's just sleeping on it. It's actually just insane. The shenanigans you can pull with this deck. You're playing like 20 rotas. Every card is every card in the deck, and every card also has like 3 effects. So your opponent is like, if they don't know the deck, you're just sitting there flabbergasted, klebglonk, appalled the whole time. Like they got no clue what you're doing. So, and without further ado, let's go screwing around. We'll show you the undefeated locals INFERNOBLE deck list. Let's check it out. Alright folks, we're back. I'm really excited to show you guys this deck list. I really think it is really interesting. I think it's very close to perfect. There's a lot of things I really like about this. I'll be giving you guys a very rudimentary explanation of a lot of the cards, you know, roughly what their effects are, and, you know, hopefully kind of get the chemicals flowing for all y'all. Without further ado, let's get this shit started. So, we got 3 OJ. He is Fire Warrior Armageddon Knight, and he can also send a Noble Arms Equip spell, which is relevant. We have Oliver. We just played the one. He is a very extremely searchable extender if we ever need him. Summons himself as a tuner. He's usually used to go into Baron with Gearfried, like 99% of the time. His targeting protection effect is actually the most useful about him. We have Turpin. He is our graveyard extender. We have Moji. If he's sent to the graveyard, we can shuffle back 3. Ricardetto on summon can special out a level 4 lower fire warrior from grave, and you can banish him from hand or grave to special level 4 lower fire warrior from your hand. Triple Renaud, the best extender ever. Like, this card does everything we could ever need it to do, and then some. Like, Renaud's just insane. Then we play 1 Gearfried, 3 Connector, 1 Dolphin, 2 Revolution, and a Flint. You only need the 1 Gearfried. He is searchable in every single combo line you do. You could always have access to him. Opening him is really nice, but I think it's a little redundant playing him at 2. 3 Neospace Connector is our best starter with the Dolphin, especially in a Droll format. We like to rip that Droll. We like to rip the Ash even more. But because, like, honestly, we do have a lot of lines where, like, Droll is, like, low impact. Like, with the amount of extenders and everything we play, like, Droll, some hands Droll can hurt, some hands Droll don't hurt. So, it's not really the most important thing. And also the 2 Revolution Synchron, I do think this is really, really cool in this deck. I think it gives you a really neat ways to play around Nib. And Power Tool Dragon Access, I think, is really, really interesting as well. For spells, we're playing 1 copy of Rhoda, 3 copies of Heritage. Heritage is Rhoda and Terraforming in 1 card. Speaking of our Terraforming target, we have 3 Noble Arms Museum. This card is not fair. I don't know why they made it not a hard once per turn. And the effect is summon. Super clutch, honestly. For our equip spells, 3 Durndal, 1 Joyous, 1 Almace, a Phoenix Blade, and a DDR. You don't need to play any more than this. You don't need to play any less than this. This is the perfect amount. You never run into not having enough for Isold. The DDR is really integral for certain opening lines, especially the Dempsey line. Phoenix Blade is just not a fair card. Yeah, Almace gives you access to any of the other Noble Arms. Just really, really neat. Just the amount of access you have. Like, look at, like, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 rotas right there. 11 rotas. Crazy. Crazy. Like, what the hell kind of deck is this, man? It's just so, it's uber consistent. That's it. For non-engine, it's 3 Ash, 3 Book of Moon, 3 Book of Eclipse, 3 Imper. I really like playing the 12 non-engine in this. It does put our deck to 44, but when you consider how every card in this deck is Rota, it really, like, your consistency is truly not hurt at 44. And these are the ones, I do feel these are the most integral hand traps this format. I don't like main deck Droll at the moment. I do think it just doesn't hit really a lot of the meta stuff. I don't think it's fantastic against Perle. I don't think it's fantastic against Kashtira. Like, they're like half the time good, half the time not good. So, and like, yeah, I don't think enough people are playing Vanadium. So yeah, that's the deck list at 44. To the extra deck: 1 Angelica, 1 Lancelin, 1 Roland, 1 Power Tool, 1 Crystal Wing, 1 Charles, 1 Baron, 1 Dempsey, 2 Charlemagne, 2 Isold, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Access Code, 1 Appaloosa. So for these choices, I don't think you need the Artorigus. I think Dempsey is just better. Artorigus does force you to use your Durandal early. But if you do have the 2 spots, I think Artorigus plus Custonin is a really neat extra deck thing. But for just the 1 slot, I think Dempsey is infinitely better than Artorigus. 1 Angelica, you only need the 1. There are some scenarios where the second comes up, but I do think those are really greedy scenarios. Not really a fan of the second one. High Lancelin, this guy is absolutely mandatory for a lot of combos to beat a hand trap. Roland, he's just engine requirements, just summons off Angelica. You don't need to make him ever. I've never summoned him properly. Power Tool Dragon, this is for the Revolution line. I've summoned him once with not Revolution. It's not supposed to happen ever. But, you know, honestly, I don't even use his effect half the time, but his effect is really nice, just being able to search Rota for us. Crystal Wing, again, we can just 5 hand trap. We in 5 summons, we summon the Crystal Wing, which is really, really nice. The 1 Charles, we just need it for combo. 1 Baron, this is what we gotta aim for with every M board. That's what when I'm doing combos, I like to have like a vision of like what I'm trying to make, and every time the vision that I'm trying to do is, how can I make Baron? That's what you gotta shoot for, because it's the best piece of our M board. You could go Baron equipped with Oliver, crazy. 2 Charlemagne, very sad about the name change. Very, very good card, very nice card. 2 Isold, absolutely necessary. Bots will just interact with Isold first effect, and you just make another one and you win the game. 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Access Code Talker. This is just for game shot. Every time your game shot is 99% of the time is summon Gearfried, make Access Code Talker. And 1 Appaloosa. There is a combo line I wanted to try. I was playing the Link 4 Googie instead of the Appaloosa. I did want to try the combo line where you...
if they're on mid, you summon Isold, and you have it's Renaud and OJ on field, I believe it is, and you added back DDR, and then it's either you make Appaloosa there and you still win, or they nib you and you still win. I'll post the combo line down in the comments, but
that's essentially what I wanted to try. It never came up today, but I did like that I had the option. It's not like the Gookie ever comes up anyway, so the Gookie's only really important against trap matchups, back row matchups, and a lot of people aren't playing that right now. And then, like, Rescue Ace isn't a real deck. Like, you don't want to pop those cards. Like, they don't matter. You're playing through them anyway. That's it for the extra deck. really liked it. There are a lot of different options you can play in this deck. Like I mentioned before, you could play the Artorgus if you wanted with the Custon in. You could play a Zeus. You could play the Gookie Link 4. You could play Hita, the Fire Charmer. You have tons of different options with this deck. So really, it's just kind of do what you want to do. If you don't want to play Revolution, man, don't play Revolution. Live your truth. It's your life. For the side, 1 Caliburn, 1 Arf, Feather Duster, 3 Encore, 3 Evenly. For going first, the Batlin Boxer, Uppercutter, Flamvel Counter, 2 Judgment, and a DD Crow. Caliburn, strictly for time. Time rules are bitch, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You can like loop this like 2 or 3 times, just and like this plus like being able to connector burn another 5. Crazy. The 1 Arf's really good against back row decks. Like, you know, just being able to like again loop this and just keep popping their back row, really nice. Feather Duster, we don't like back row decks. 3 XYZ Encore, card's just crazy against Pearly, against Kashtira. Just really nice card. Against like you know, decks that are like just like if they're going and making like you think they're gonna make a big Zeus on you, and like you don't think you have a great way to deal with that Zeus, just Encore that bitch, man. Just Encore that bitch. 3 evenly matched. Really fantastic against Rescue Ace and against a lot of other decks. Great board breaker. A lot of people don't like playing evenly in this deck because they find their battle phase really important. I do think your battle phase is important, but I do also think you could just pop the whole board going in main 2. So I don't think it's that important. 2 DD Crow. I think DD Crow is really fantastic this format. There's a lot of different things you want to hit in the graveyard that can't be hit with a Bestial. So yeah, I really liked that, and it was really nice playing that. For going first, the 2 Solemn Judgment and the Uppercutter and the Flamvel Counter. So the idea with this is, say you open a starter plus Renaud access. Off Ice Sold, you're gonna summon the Uppercutter. Uppercutter on summon's gonna search Flamvel Counter, and then this is gonna be your way to beat Dark Ruler no more, because our whole deck just scoops to Dark Ruler no more. And then the 2 Solemn Judgment, because it's just another way to beat Dark Ruler no more. Did come up one time, opponent opened 2 Dark Ruler no more, and I flipped Judgment and Flamvel Counter on him, and then just insta scoop, really nice. So overall, that's the deck. For siding patterns, going second every single time. I take out Connector Dolphin because it's really weak going second compared to just seeing Fire Warriors. I'd rather see Fire Warriors and my going second cards versus seeing the Connector and Fire Warriors in hand. It's just a really weak summon that if interrupted, it's like very awkward for us to play around with. So that's the list. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment down below. I'd love to talk about this deck. I just think it's the best thing ever. I was a big fan of it when it came out back in Toon Chaos, you know, back in Smoke Grenade days. But yeah, no, here we are. It's a lot more fair now, but I think that makes it a lot more fun of a deck. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Peace.